Okay. Already explored, already explored. Guess I forgot to save last time. Send the landing party. Yes. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm down. Just let me know. You at work? I had today off. No, no, it's Saturday. You wouldn't have had today off. Well, I already know what happens here. Your lordship road trader, what brings you to our humble ship? We already know all this. We are about to find out. Forgive me. We saw this last night.
You monkey never learned. I'm beginning to think that your kind is eager to step into our snares.
Oh, okay. So we got like 45 minutes, hour. Grass is sucking poisonous air. Road trader, a long awaited meeting indeed. You can barely see anything through the haze of agony, still remembering the voice of the Xenos who devastated your capital road. Mazad's face is hidden behind a helmet, but his tone leaves no room for doubt he is smirking. Yeah, we read all this last night. I just forgot to save it, so we're just gonna... Boop. However, there'll be time for that later. Yeah. You're gonna proceed to torture us, and the mandrakes are gonna take us. Mandrakes are fucking terrifying. They literally can just like, oh, there's a shadow. I'm gonna step into that shadow, and I'm gonna walk out of another one right behind you, and stab, 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 stab. They really enjoy the stabby rip stab stab. Yay, the pain rats. Conscious emerges. You're awake, Montai. God's message to no expense to drag you out of the induced dream. I must commend the nightmare weavers. The emanations of fear you exuded in your delirium are worthy of a highest praise. However, it is time to finish what you were brought here for. It is time to work for the good of the Cabal Road Trader. Where are the others? What have you done to them? I do not know, Road Trader. Perhaps they are exuding suffering in one of the choirs of pain and torment. Perhaps they are rotting in one of the vats of the tears below. I care little for their fate. As for your little friend from the Trafford, oh, you'll be meeting her soon. I bet you cannot wait to look into the eyes of the one who brought you to me. Can you? What do you want from me? Only the truth, Monkai. So very simple, is it not? Excuse me. A little honesty before the powers that be. I have the tools to extract the most coveted mysteries from the deepest recesses of your mind, but I am not interested in your personal secrets. I only want that which will protect my cabal. Why am I still alive? A good question, Rotator. You are a tool to you. You're a tool, you see, a sharp and narrow scalpel that I will use to cut away the festering boil on the body of my cabal. I spared no effort to set up the performance. Set up this performance. This performance. The witnesses despise the agents, and a small bargain to guarantee the result. All that is required of you is that you quietly play your part. I will even go so far as to put you in your native surroundings in a manner of speaking. But if I see you stepping out of your role, I will make sure you bitterly regret it. Hmm. How about we make do without roles and posturing? There is still a chance to strike a deal. You're trying to hold your own, even in the face of overwhelming force. How touching. But enough talk. Drakari gestures to one of the shadows near you, and your forehead is forced backwards. Manzai brings the head holding the strange object closer. You manage to make out the translucent, glossy skin, bluish, pulsating organs beneath, and a little head with serrated jaws before the Drutari pushes the larva into your face. You just put a fucking mind flayer in me. Sensing warmth, the creature spreads into motion a moment later. As it blindly pokes at your skin, it discovers your nostril and rushes forward, stretching the skin and tearing through the mucous membrane. Unbearing pain overwhelms you as the larva begins to force its way through the soft tissue and cartilage, each of the movements causing a crunching noise and reverberate through your skull. The creature greedily bites into the flesh and moves ever upward, past the bridge of your nose, past your eyes, and then something alien invades your consciousness. Darkness clouds your eyes, but the sensation of the alien presence does not relent. This is not a conscious mind, but something primitive, yet unbelievably strong. It is in its unknowable pursuit. It is crawling around in your thoughts, scratching them with its sides and changing their shape. Perhaps all this is just a bad dream, a twerk of the intellect, exhausted by endless troubles. A colony of the mind too weak for its burden. It was made to carry. A stray leg draws at the edge of your perception. What are you doing? All the bodies.
You have disappointed us, rogue trader von Valancius.
Bad trip, man. Bad fucking trip.
What lies beyond?
Okay, so we've been exposed to this before. We've identified the breeder Xenos that poses a threat to Eldari, humanity's ancient insidious foe. How is that you were only so managed to escape the trap, right to Menoris? How much of the truth is in the rumors that the Herakat Conrad is spreading about you?
Oh, one step at a time.
Ah, so you know about the Inquisitor now. You might as well see me explain yourself, on Todd. Why is there a shard of a Trudite? In your chamber.
You are accused of consorting with Xenos, betraying the Imperium, and neglecting the interests of humankind.
Yeah, I'm really only interested in my interests. If it seems to suit the Imperium in the aftermath, so fucking be it. Suppose every agentic skin is molted with intricate patterns of scarlet blisters. Flashing ray of light reflects off the countless tiny blades that look like they were sprouted from Idira's body. Cold trader's bones were broken, her augmented arm was ripped from its socket. Pascal's augments were separated but not extracted from his body, the place where they connected to the organic tissue. Its aberlins were amputated and then sewn back onto his body.
The tribunal is waiting for your explanations. Come closer.
Another fucking judgment bullshit. And here comes our principal witness, the road trader himself, and receives you a cold look. If the presented evidence was not enough to convince you, his testimony would conclude this confusing case, full of oath-breaking lies and heresy. He dread this point to the trial and now expects someone to lend an ear to the lowly heretic's testimony. I thought better of you, Intator von Kalitz. I was so very wrong. Lady Theodora's voice sounds even harsher and angrier than you remember. No, this is real. It's some Drutari fucking trick. Enough. Let him speak. The sooner this business is concluded, the better. Let us continue. Shielded by the powers of the Warner Trade granted by the Imperium, Theodora von Valsius more than once allowed herself to openly collaborate with Xenos. You have never seen such a contemptuous grimace on the interrogator's face. She plunged her entire protectorate into an apostasy and heresy, including the current road trader, and went out of her way to prevent the Inquisition, and me personally from maintaining order inside the Expanse. Does the road trader admit to be fraternized of Xenos? You served the Xenos and rejected his light. You revealed in the heretical desires, craved base profit. Died, you say? But who are you talking to if I did? Get one simple truth into your head. Your role in this event is negligible. Shall think me the emperor on the golden throne if I so choose, and think me dead if I strikes my fancy. But this is not what matters right now. Just looking in your direction makes me sick. Why must I speak to you, filth? She made you serve the Xenos. So I'm breaking out. Nurse bends over you and smile, rogue trader. Are you alright? Or was your heretical association with Xenos so disruptive that you lost your mind? The Inquisitor leans forward slightly at the sight of your anguish. For a brief moment, the boredom in his eyes is gone. It was amusing, but the joke has outstayed its welcome. Theodora shouts at the interrogator. Accidentally clicked that. You need not worry, dear Lord Captain. It was not my intention to bring up unsupported claim. Hendricks produces the data slate and skillfully manipulates the device until he's located the necessary information. The road trader uncovered the tribes, the Eldari on the most important asteroid, the Von Valsius Protectorate, which feeds many Imperium colonies in the Expanse. When instead of purging the planet, the Xenos menace he allowed the Inhuman to take refuge in the shadows of the power. They are corrupting Jennison society even as we speak, and who knows, perhaps another rebellion would not be long in coming. The road trader ties to the Drukhari, a different subspecies of Eldari, are just as obvious. Yes, I did cooperate with Xenos, this I will not deny. Cooperation to play a chore, sometimes you use your partner, and sometimes your partner uses you. Which is what happened to the road trader. Lady Theodora used him to undermine the standing of the Imperium in the Expanse. Bitch. The tribunal remained silent, although those present cast anxious glances at your predecessor. At this point, the tribunal probably wants to know what the true intentions of the Von Valsius dynasty are. The road trader claims that he has been waging war against the Drukhari this entire time, except, was that really a war? Or was it another carefully staged performance? Henrich is looking at you closely, almost without blinking. Allow me to explain what actually happened. Rabidus von Valsius personally invited the Drukhari to his world, and then used their strength and resources to sow chaos in the Expanse and gain leverage over his rivals. It is a very convenient to play the victim while working with those who rob your neighbors blind, and terrify the worlds that pay you tribute. How much did you profit from this road trader? Do you think I would not uncover the pathetic conspiracy? Enough of this circus. Road trader. Henrich addresses you with clenched teeth. You are destroying your only chance to make yourself useful to the Inquisition and to me personally. Do not attempt fate and do not resist the examination. You are really saying that your war to Drakari was not a hoax. Then how do you and your foolish subjects know the coordinates of the enemy's ship every time? How did you know their targets? Do you think you're exempt from all these things? Xenos, from all these, you're an expert on all things Xenos and shrewd enough to divine the careful devised plans of the Cabal's finest? No, only other Drukhari could do that, and even then, only a few. This means you were in collusion with them. Bullheaded stubbornness does not befit a man of your pedigree, road trader. But since you have decided to deny everything, I will summon another witness. I am sure everyone will find it interesting to explore the sordid story of from another angle. Your lead takes a graceful step forward. If the court so desires, my speech will run like a river and wash away your doubts. I found a shard of my home in the road trader's chambers. An entire craft would vanish among the stars, the only clue to its fate resting in the hands of this monk eye. And that was when I began to suspect that he had something to do with the misfortune that had befallen my Trudarch. Do not be deceived by his breed. There is a cunning predator lurking behind the fluttering of fragile butterfly wings. The Montai before you is a bizarre amalgamation of qualities not usually inherited in his feeble species. He has mastered the mysteries of many of the world's cultures and secrets of the universe and ancient artifacts. The fine art of war, the intricacies of deceit, all all are embodied in a single monk eye, however hard it may be to believe. However, the thread that bound our paths broke the moment I realized the Monkai's involvement in the disappearance of my home. To flee the road trader, I tracked down and eliminated the chief tracker who had pursued our kin in their part of the galaxy for many years, and thus earned clemency before this court. So, Achilles did not simply vanish. You helped him disappear, Henrich nods curtly. I say, he had only himself to blame. An agent who cannot recognize an impending threat is useless. Henrich nods with satisfaction, noticing your reaction, or rather, the lack of it. Your court has been presented with enough evidence, and I hope no one is harboring any doubts as to the guilt of the von Valsius dynasty. But let us allow the road trader to say his final words. We are all curious to know what you have gleaned from this enatuary. Now I see that I have been blind. The Xenos have been fighting one another all this time. I was an unwitting catpaw. Puppet on the charade. Everything that has taken place at this trial is a vicious lie. The road trader is obviously stunned by the realization Theodore has been using him the entire time to impede me. Enough. Yep, thought so. At the spell is lifted, staggering pain pierces your body. Darkness clouds your vision, and nausea creeps up your throat. but the wounds you manage to forget soon remind you that you are still alive. Manzai Azrai, Dratan of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest, First Blade of Lady Yirmacel, Eviscerator of the Elardos, Braze of the Baka Kingdom, Slayer of Cassius the Pale. The commanding inhuman voice tears you from your vice of agony, and you see the silhouette of a Drukhari whose very presence makes your innards clench. How dare you come here before the council of Atron of the Dark City with this lesser creature? Look at your lead. Your lead absorbs every word, occasionally wincing in pain and covering her weeping wounds. Her posture and gesture are full of tension, like prey cornered by a pack of predators. Your lead shrieks under the hungry stares of those around her. A. The Xenos is wearing armor encrusted with jewels and stands calmly next to the speaker. Such behavior is typical of Xenos occupying the higher tiers of the Drutari hierarchy, which means you are facing one of the Archons. To Marzai. Triumphant grin erupts from Marzai's face, but the Xenos remains surprisingly composed and does not dare to interrupt the unknown speaker. One half of his face is hidden behind a golden mask, intimidating visage. The other half is showing a malice, sharp-toothed leer. The Xenos' elaborate armor is decorated with skulls and patches of inhuman skin impaled on countless blades and hoods. He carries himself with authority and ease, as though he is a ruler who holds the threads of fate of all those present tightly in his grasp. Listen to the conversation. With the greatest respect, mighty Nazarkai, Archon of the Cabal of the Black Heart, first blah 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 blah. Nazarene dismisses Marzai like a bothersome fly. The Council of Archons has heard enough platitudes to track on Marzai, and no longer wishes to. Sly in distance, ruthless shield to the ragged ice, turns lips. She's reciting poetry. A vicious verbosal that cut and thrust. Keep time with fate's own malicious gaze. Ah, fuck, it's a Harlequin. It's a fucking Harlequin. Don't be a solitaire. Please, God, don't be a solitaire. Keep time with fate's own maltitious grave, but whose deft footwork leads to naught but dust, while from its brutalest finish none can save. This play the puppet master granted me. Through murky stalls a path obligingly. The Dre puppet master has Vet himself invited you to this chamber? The Archon chokes on his own words, but quickly regains his composure. No matter. You may be our guest, Abanaman, but you are merely a spectator in this performance, and spectators do not belong on the stage, as you undoubtedly know. Do not interfere. The stranger presses a delicate finger to his lip to lift the sorrowful mask, and says with a twinkle in his eyes, "A shadow in the shadows will I be." There we go. The blight motley and hollow suit, the mask hiding its owner's face, the graceful, subtle movements. Before you stands a Harlequin, another representative of the multifaceted Eldari race. The Xeno catches your eye and nods. For a moment, the play of shadows on the mask appears to twist the expression into a mischievous grin. Come on. Oh. So soon be adding your mask to my collection of Xenos artifacts. The words fly from your lips with a sharp pain seizes your head in a vice grip. Blood and nausea roll inside your throat, and the words start swaying before your eyes. It looks like creature montage shoved in your head is still suppressing your will with all its might, but you can already feel its approaching demise. Mazrai Azris, considering the circumstances. Narton looks around the room and rests his troubled gaze on the Xenos in bright armor who interrupted him. The council finds the Archon Amaryllis guilty. The blade of your truth cut through the shadow veil concealing the transgressions. However, a glint of cruel mockery appears in his eyes. How dare you insult the council with such a pathetic complaint? Should have ripped Euros's heart out with your own hands and granted her soul to Vet. If you want to atone for this mistake, atone for the mistake of the Reaving Tempest. Marzai's eyes widened, filled with astonishment and disbelief. He seemed to have been certain that the outcome of the outcome and did not expect what he was hearing now. His lips twist in arrogance, in an enraged snarl, hatred directed at the Xenos on the throne, and yet to find no outlet under the gaze of a dozen of the Drutari in the chamber. To contradict my decision is to contradict the decision of Veth himself, fool. Something in the Xenos' tone makes your heart skip a beat. Allow me to discipline you for your weakness. Today, the Drakon will lose his wings and plunge to the very bottom of the chasm. You would go to the arena to atone for your mistakes and impertinence alongside the rabble you have dragged to Tamrod. If you are a true Drakon, you will rise again. If you do not, your suffering will satisfy the worthy. Lay down your weapons and follow the guards. I will let you keep what little dignity you have left. This is my final gift to you, Mazrai. Let us return to you, Yeramis. The harlequin laughter interrupts the Archon and echoes under the vaults of the chamber, and all the masks upon their mats now stand. The slave of vanity, uh, the spire ascends. The thief and traitor casted downward by her hand. Unbeknownst to all, their fate depends upon a lead unseen, a player green. The harlequin leans forward and eyes you with genuine interest. Is this how you treat the hospitality of Tamrod, Arbani? The Archon angrily balls his fist, the shadow of his wrath hanging over the Eldari interloper like a thundercloud. I thought your words were worth more. You insult me by interrupting the trial again. The Xeno sweeps into a theatrical bow while taking his eyes off Nazarai's face. You Archon speak a just rebuke in truth. Fate's melodies in Snarl's frantic Snarls and Frantic have trapped me here, and when I heard them play, I could not keep my lips from grinning wide. Here comes the hour for shadows to retreat, to where the curtain waits to rise. The laugh with no beginning now sends forth the call. That seemed a bit aggressive for just trying to knock me the fuck out. What a fucking cunt. Rose in an impenetrable haze of warm pain. You lie motionless? No, you rest. In the murky gloom, slowly dissolving into nothingness, sometimes your repose is troubled by unpleasant, imperishable tremors coming from the place where your legs used to be. You do your best to ignore them. Away, you vulture! This is not your prey. A vaguely familiar voice reaches you from the curtains of darkness, but your disobedient thoughts refuse to reveal where and when you have heard it before. Was it just recently or 100 lifetimes ago? The trembling coming from your legs is replaced with a violent jerking motion, and then it finally stops. From the phantasmagoria tree and deftly seized by merchant vagabond, the puppet master's strings left dangling again rise up to take your place and dance. Sparked nights in the darkness, and a light ruthlessly cuts through the gloom that envelops you. An ugly image of the reality around you assaults your retina. You can feel your body again and realize it is filled with pain. Your shoulder is sore from an injection. Until I did a cup of retap, my vital status is yet to be determined. Alas, the bliss of death will save you not. The whirl and waltz of chance and gloom you'll dance. The sensation, a prickling sensation burns your shoulder, and the darkness at last fully withdraws from your mind. Whatever the injection was, it makes your heart beat. A frenzied tattoo with your pupils narrow, Say you're now registering every detail of the distinguished place in which you have found yourself in merciless clarity. Feel my body. Immediately regret your decision. Every inch of your body is suffering from a dull, deliberate, debilitating pain in your head caused by chemicals of some kind. Your body is covered in deep cuts made either for fun or with sinister intent. All of your organs appear to be intact, but the same cannot be said for your blood. You have lost a great deal. Finally, a strange gnawing spasm occasionally flares at the base of your skull. It is not severe, but for some reason, it is what concerns you most of all. All your equipment is gone, as pair your shoes. You do not even have a knife at hand to fend off enemies or open your veins. Look around. You're surrounded by the dead, numerous corpses, mutilated bodies, and pieces of thereafter human Drukhari and other Xenos sound familiar to you, lie motionless in the gruesome mortuary. Your eyes refuse to focus on the blurry figure of a person who came to your aid. He appears to be tall, and your mind apathetically refuses to continue, for every moment of concentration causes you suffering. I've seen you before. A dream obscure of death, deliverance, and illumination will add any. I'll be right back. Don't grab a drink. My throat hurts. Forgot. Got a new thing for the table back there. You guys can hardly ever see. It's a big old fucking Pikachu. Cool. Basically, always shows up. Two-liter tea. Straight up green tea. A dream is of death. Yeah. Where am I? Among the shadows and the weeds you lie. Where the touts are pulled, the puppet master strains. The stranger enticingly links his fingers to mimic the tools of a puppeteer. My companions, where are they? Not here. The roles have been decided now, but if you play your part, perhaps the plot will draw you back together, or to doom. The figure's cruel laugh follows. The overture and verse, the final lines, the merchant's time to tread the boards has come. Embark now upon your pilgrimage and take a parting gift, a humble prop. A fucking revolver. The stranger deposits something in your hand and disappears into the twilight. Attempt to rise. body has suffered too much to obey your mind, or rather, that is how it would have been for someone else, perhaps. But for now, for you, you have lived through worse. Torture sometime in the distant past. Anguish and torture to never break you now. You will rise to your feet and press on. All that is left to do is understand how. Remember all the people whose lives depend on you. Plus 10 toughness. Haha. Hundreds of faces flash before you in your mind. Thy friends, subjects, companions. The universe is a cruel and full of darkness, and your will and determination are the only barrier between your loved ones and its crushing apathy and brutality. You have no right to die. Not here, not now. Resolution floods your veins like incandescent plasma, and you make another attempt to get up. You get up. Yes, your body aches and rebels against you, but your tempered mind is stronger than your mortal flesh. You draw yourself up straight and take in your surroundings.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Yes, we're going to do it this way.
Failure is a bitter
Boop.
taste.
Look at how cute that motherfucker is. It's soft.
This failure shall not define.
What? Are you jealous that I'm calling the fucking Pikachu cute? It is cute. Although you're cute too when you do that whole stand up on two legs and touch your paws into your chest. That's fucking adorable and I love it. You're the cutest when you do that. God, I fucking love tea.
There. Done.
Go. Got it.
Oh, take my transient gratitude.
Probably shouldn't have used it right there, but
This tapestry of
it's
a world,
okay.
I am the rogue thread.
Search him.
Genius triumphs.
Has received 3 or more injuries that does not heal them in time with a med kit. Distribute traumas. The number of injuries that cause a trauma may be dependent on the difficulty of the game you choose. Traumas depend on the shit. Is the shit that I have right now trauma? Okay, so we'll stay with 3 of
I
them.
won't sully myself with that. My appreciation. Oh, take my transient gratitude. Patience. My nerves are frayed.
Your wounds barely hurt at all, and your body feels surprisingly light. Surround the cough and lie down. It'll be easier to breathe, and your lungs will stop burning. Search this guy. Probably shouldn't have used those trauma pats.
A mere setback.
Is that all we're gonna get from this? Is just the fucking trauma pats? No, not even trauma pats. There's some sort of stim that I'm not sure how to use.
Applaud my brilliance. They will see. Oh, yes. They all will see.
Okay, I need to up my awareness and agility. Just agility around the board.
There.
Don't show again. Machine rights. Also, flip that. We need to check the other side.
There will be no peace in my wake.
What's going on up here? Well, do you have a death wish? That's why they came here. You got people like us. Okay, so I can either go around with athletics, or I can come down here. Let's search down here first and see what's going on. Oh, it's a body shoot. Okay.
Curiosity sings in my veins. What curiosity unveils itself before me?
70% chance. Come on, give me a better gun.
Genius
Nope.
triumphs.
To people around, how? Must be Vladimir, damn him. Pleasant voice, strange device invites you to put your hands in the depth and press the activation button. Enormous eye stares at you through the glowing portal, or rather the portal is the eye in something enormous.
One step at a time amidst the madness.
Whatever the dead have, I take it.
A tantalizing anomaly.
Search.
Another notch.
Store 12, plus Xenos 3 wounds, removes bleeding, burning toxin. Okay.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Okay. So that was just a bunch of crap. I could probably shoot the guy and
Oh,
maybe get
applaud
something,
my
but
brilliance.
probably nothing too big.
Let's see how to dismember you properly.
No, don't dare to disappoint me.
Something bolts are fired down that way. Run a gun. Surrender, coffin lie down. I see an at. About to have to dash back up this way.
A genius at work. Let's see.
So I can
Revenge will be
fucking
delectable.
put a few shots in this guy.
A wicked thought. Schemes within schemes. I bring agony.
Malice drives me. Bow to me.
Oh, the storm approaches.
Don't hear. Shoot.
You are marked for demise.
This one do again.
What if
Can't hurt.
let's see. Your death is approaching.
I'm about to get my ass whooped, aren't I? Yep.
Your efforts are noted.
Yeah, I did jet shit.
A wicked thought.
How am I supposed to murk you guys? Do da do. Reload.
A wicked thought.
I'm not built for this.
Let the true master inflict the pain.
The jaws
Yep, there we go.
of oblivion.
My mastery is unsurpassed.
Fucker. Don't be too far. Nah, it shouldn't be. Every fucking quit saving every fucking search we had. Has to be another way around. We might try shooting this guy.
There, done. Patience. My nerves are frayed.
Because he says he takes everything from the dead.
What if? Oh,
Will you die?
schemes within schemes.
Put a clip into you. There we go.
What? No.
Oh, yeah, I don't have Medicaid. But we got a knife.
What lies beyond? A genius at work. Oh! A wicked thought.
Fuck it. Got him.
What if?
See him again?
their schemes.
You're on the ground. Don't dodge.
Let's see.
Okay.
Another notch.
Go. Haha, made it that time. Okay, let's save it here. Come down to here. The Vartan weapon discharge becomes Theodore's. Civilian Dremel, do you consider that to be the face of a rogue traitor? Brave Enforcers spend every waking moment training after all. Da, 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 da.
One step at a time amidst the madness.
To the pit. Guess this is where I'm supposed to be. Say, with the build we have, there's no way we're winning that fight. Bet there. They have too much HP. We don't have the weaponry for it. Give me my plasma. We can talk about it.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Yeah. Ooh. Tedenia found herself in front of heady smoke, and the walls are lined with living shadows. The center of attention, the snake-like Xenos, is engaged in conversation with a pale-haired looking Drutari and pays you no mind, much like everyone else here. You have heard of this breed of Xenos, the Slaith. The creatures are often found in the entourage of powerful Drutari lords, where they serve as bodyguards and champions. They are just as depraved and vicious as their masters, but theirs is a more primitive intellect, and they are driven by baser needs. Survey the room. Everyone gathered here is armed. They all bear scars, and some have fresh wounds. You notice a few humans among the Xenos, the clamor of a mishmash of tons, and their language ring with lunacy and bloodlust. They are stitched with the all-prevailing sense of doom. Gladiatorial pit. Your trained eye does not fail to notice that virtually everyone in this place is under the influence of some substance or another. The powerful ones at that. It seems you have wandered into a narcotics den. Oh. The leader of this gang is a powerful build. His scaly hide is reinforced with engraved metal in several spots. His long tail coiled around and roused as his snake-like head sways gently from side to side. The Xenos is enjoying a state of bliss, relaxation. His companion, a gaunt Drutari, is looking at him obstinately. Her entire body is adorned with hundreds of embedded steel beads and thousands of red injector marks. Snake-eyed Xenos either fails to notice your presence or is simply ignoring you. Iridescent eyelid membrane slid over his eyes momentarily, shuttering them, no doubt, to tell a telling look amongst his kind. Without deigning a look at you, the cadaverous Drutari mutters, "Malice wants you to disappear, pathetic whelp." You are Malice, I take it? His serpentine head turns to you with inhuman fluidity. It's Fort-Ton tasting there. I am Malice. You are inconvenient. You are an inconvenience. Get lost, or you'll find out how Malice deals with inconveniences humanly. Step away from the Xenos.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Okay. I'm gonna try and fix this. We have tech.
Failure is a bitter taste.
Ah, it's Lord Xenos.
This failure shall not define me.
Okay, so it definitely said tattoos first. Say in this situation, we need everything we can get. We can't afford to fail, chats. We are a stranger in a strange land.
Genius triumph.
Outside his power, such that his tet litanies do twist the spirit. This one's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass. But if we can prove that we were useful, maybe he'll help us.
Applaud my brilliance.
Set up success. Silvered rim is indicator of the owner's veteran status.
They will see. Oh, yes. They all will see.
Well, I just ripped a dude fucking apart real fast. Wasting no time, he approaches Kale, reigning leader of this rabble. Xenos is clearly more comfortable now. The sleepy torpor induced by the low temperature has been replaced by the languished ease of an undisputed leader in his element. The converter has been repaired. Help me. Why should I? Malice looks at you contemptibly. Converter fixed already. The point. What's the point of me helping you? The little strength you had left in your body has run out. You collapse on the floor, and the darkness has nearly extinguished your mind, permanently enveloped your vision once more. Through the drumbeat of your heart, you hear Malice's voice from somewhere far away. Fine, patch up the human lane. He's proven to be more useful than the rest of you put together. Hey! I knew back to now that would be the right move. Sensation slowly returns to you. Your body is still in pain, but you are no longer on the brink of death. Your wounds have been shrewdly closed up with metal clamps. Your throat is popped with injection marks as though you have been wearing a net pillow of needles. The one who rendered the first aid to you was certainly not a qualified chirurgeon. Chirurgeon, someone who would typically be permitted to minister the person of the illustrious road trader. Said you're back with us. I don't know whether to offer you my congratulations or commensurations. Stale Xenos looks at you without the slightest deference. Wait silently for the Xenos to continue. Enough flying around. Sit up. We would discuss how you're going to pay for your rescue. As soon as you stand up, you are seized by a strange sense of unreality, as if you are still there in the wicked darkness, and everything around you is merely a twisted mirage. Doubt snout seeps in your mind like a poison sundering its contact with your body. You have to make deliberate